Hey, what's going on everybody? This is G and I'm Phunken hungry. In this video, we're trying another new Cadbury Dairy Milk Marvellous creations. And this one is the Rocky Road. So this has marshmallows, cherry flavoured jellies, peanut and coconut in dairy milk chocolate. This one doesn't sound too bad, but there's a lot going on. Is this one going to be nice or not? The jelly pieces, I'm not so sure about, but we'll give it a try anyway. So I'll leave the nutrition information on screen for you if you want to take a look. I'll also leave the ingredients on screen if you want to pause and go through that. But like always, we'll go through the basic ingredients. So product contains milk chocolate, 77%, peanuts, 8%, cherry flavoured jellies, 5%, coconut, 5%, and marshmallows, 5%. So this is going to have a lot of stuff in it, so I'm pretty keen to try this. Will these flavours work, or will they sort of clash a little bit? Let's bust this open and give it a taste. So this is a 190 gram block, so one serve is 2 pieces. As I mentioned on the Dairy Milk birthday cake block, these pieces are a little bit mismatched. So if you have kids, it's hard to give them just a row. I mean, I guess it's because it's jam-packed full of flavours and ingredients. It's going to be hard to sort of make them little squares. Have kids and you want to give them equal amounts. They're all mismatched shapes. So it makes it a little bit hard, you know, to break this off and just hand it out. But yeah, 2 of these are 1 serve. So yeah, you know, some of them are small and some of them are bigger. So yeah, that's just a bit silly in my opinion. You know, you could probably make them bigger squares or bigger pieces just so they're equal and even amounts. At the back you can see the peanuts, you can see the marshmallows, you can see the jellies and the pieces of coconut and whatnot. You can kind of see all of the ingredients coming out. You can see peanuts, you can see jellies and marshmallows. This block, because it has so many different ingredients, it's going to be hard to be consistent, if you know what I mean, because you're going to eat some pieces that are going to have more peanuts, some pieces are going to have more jelly. So, you know, you can't really get the real flavour unless you eat a few pieces. Because this one looks like it's got lots of peanuts, not really seeing jellies and stuff in this. But anyway, we'll give it a try. Cheers. Sipping tea like Kermit. So I will say, this one is pretty funkin' nice. I'm enjoying it. It doesn't really seem like a rocky road to me though. I did get some of the peanut flavour come through. I did get some of those jelly pieces. So what is it, like cherry flavoured jellies? That really worked well together. It kind of had like a peanut and jam kind of vibe, which is quite good. So it had a nice texture as well. At first, obviously, you get the milk chocolate, but as you start crunching, you get some crunch from the peanuts. You get a little bit of chew from the marshmallow, and yeah, even the jelly had a little bit of a chew to it, so it's quite a nice texture because you got the crunchy bits, you got the gooey bits, or the chewy bits. It works quite well. I'll give it another try, then I'll give it a rating. It's quite interesting because that piece, I had more coconut. So I was tasting coconut at first, and then I started getting some peanut come through. There was a little bit of marshmallow, but obviously it doesn't have much flavour. Interesting though, because that didn't have jelly in it. So it's kind of like this peanut coconut flavour, that piece. And it actually worked really well. The coconut complemented the peanuts really well, which is kind of different because I haven't really had a coconut and peanut flavoured chocolate before. Not that I can remember anyway. So it works quite well. It is a bit silly because it's a bit inconsistent because, you know, that piece tasted really different than the first piece and even didn't have much of a chewiness to it. And not as much of a crunch. There was less peanuts, so it wasn't as crunchy. It wasn't as chewy. Just kind of seemed like normal chocolate almost, with a little bit of peanut flavour in it. Obviously a slight little crunch to it. And then the coconut worked really well though. The combination works really well. So my rating for Cadbury Dairy Milk Marvellous Creations Rocky Road, I'm going to have to give that a solid 7 out of 10. It's actually really nice. I don't mind that. I definitely would buy this one again if I was in the mood for this kind of thing, you know, a chocolate with lots of bits in it. I'd definitely recommend this one, and I'd definitely buy this one again. It's quite interesting because that first one had kind of like a peanut jam or peanut and jelly sort of flavour to it, with that cherry flavoured jelly. I didn't know if I'd like the jellies. They work quite well though. They're a little bit chewy, but they're not too chewy to take away from the rest of the flavours and the rest of the texture. So you had a bit of chewy, a little bit of crunch, and the chewiness actually works quite well here together. Second piece had a lot of coconut and some peanut in there, and they worked really well together actually. I thought the coconut might clash with these ingredients and flavours, but no, it actually works quite well. You know, if I keep on eating, you'd probably get some pieces that have coconut, jelly, and peanuts and all that sort of stuff, and obviously the marshmallows, they don't add much flavour, but they add this sort of chewiness to it. It actually works quite well. I didn't think the chewiness, the crunch and stuff would work that well. A lot of the other Marvellous creations that have popping candy and stuff, to me it doesn't really do much. Yeah, if you're a kid, you know, you enjoy the little crackle and pop, but it doesn't really add much flavour, and even the texture's not that nice, you know, just this crunch, but doesn't really have no flavour to accompany it. But this one actually works really well, and I'm pretty impressed with this actually. If you've tried the Cadbury Dairy Milk Marvellous Creations Rocky Road flavour, I'd love to hear if you agree or disagree in the comments section. But I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could please like, please subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video. But this was G from Phunken Hungry, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.